Hey everyone, it's JD, the Texas Beer Dude, coming to you, and I'm here today at Longtab Brewing here in San Antonio with my good friend David Holland. David is the owner, proprietor of this fine place here. If you're ever in San Antonio, you definitely need to stop by here. Today we're here just talking about beer, talking about a special beer that's coming out today. So, Dave, tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm Dave Holland, owner of Longtab Brewing. I'm a retired Green Beret. Spent 20 years enlisted, another 10 as an officer in the 19th and 20th, which are both guard units. Mike Brown, my head brewer, is a retired 7th group from spent 20 some odd years in the 7th group. I retired as a full-board colonel. Yeah, Longtab is a brewery that just celebrates the history, legacy of Green Berets. And also we brew dedication beers to fallen Green Berets.
Awesome, and we'll talk about that here in just a minute. But what are we drinking here today? This is actually one of the beers that's actually being released today. One of the
that's right.
dedication beers. So tell us about this one, and tell us about. I know it's Jeremie,
Yep.
and I know this is what the second and your dedication beers that you've done.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, this one's dedicated to fallen Green Beret Jeremie Border. His nickname was, they shortened Jeremie Border to JBO. So that's what we call it. And this is our second dedication beer. The first one was for Aaron Butler.
Angry Charlie.
Angry Charlie Ale, yeah. We that one did really well. We sold out of it pretty quick, and so far the JBO beers is moving along pretty quick too.
Yeah, well, that Angry Charlie was definitely a great beer. That one was an IPA, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the.
Yeah, just a classic West Coast style IPA. The thing that was a little bit different about that one was we also used the Yakima Chiefs Veterans Blend hops. Which is a special blend that they release every year, and it's a phenomenal blend.
Right.
And it just added just an extra layer of charity behind a beer that was already, a beer that was dedicated to a fallen Green Beret, which donated profits to a charitable organization. Yakima Chief donates, for every purchase of those hops, they donate it back to veterans benefits as well.
And how's that benefiting veterans from the money raised from?
Man, it's a lot. For the last 20-something years since we've been at war, there's a lot of veterans that suffer from depression. Veteran suicide is a big deal. Guys come back with missing limbs, arms and legs, and so they need prosthetics and physical therapy.
Right.
You name it, and all these veterans benefits typically go towards those causes.
Awesome. And I know Jeremie was killed in action. What year was it? Afghanistan, back in
2012.
2012. Yeah. He was a young gentleman.
He was, yeah. Yeah. And the cool thing about Jeremie is that he's from Mesquite, Texas.
Mesquite,
so
Texas.
Just right down the road.
Local Texas boy.
Yeah, he is. And, before all the COVID shut down, we had planned on a really kick-ass party. His family was going to come down, and, we were going to do a big release thing here. And
Right.
Of course, all that.
I remember you mentioning that.
Yeah, it's a little bit more of a subdued release, than we
Right.
would have liked, but, it is what it is.
So, if you're definitely in the military, you ever find yourself in San Antonio, you definitely need to come by here. This place is definitely dedicated specifically to Green Berets, but you come in here and you cannot help but feel very patriotic to the huge flag that stands up above the brew house, to the honor wall of all the Green Beret groups that have served. So yeah, this place is just, and you can probably tell from the green, but there's a picture, a very special picture to me because I actually knew him. Roy Benavides, who was also a Green Beret, and so he's going to be honored here very soon with a commemorative beer as well too, right?
Yeah, that's right. With Roy's family,
they're in El Campo.
Yeah. We want to make, with every one of these beers really, not just Roy's, we want to make sure that the family's involved.
Absolutely.
At every step of the way. And that was true for both, Angry Charlie. We more so worked with Angry Charlie through the team commander. He was kind of the proxy through the family, but with Jeremie Border's beer, we worked directly with Mary Border, Jeremie's mom.
Right.
With Roy Benavides, we're working through, like all of Roy's kids.
Yep.
And so
he has a very, very big family. So
yeah, and so we've got the blessing from them. So we're still kind of in the draft stage of that. So we're really excited about it. To my knowledge, there hasn't been a beer made for Roy Benavides, and he's such an icon in San Antonio.
Absolutely, man. He's a Texas hero. I mean,
yeah, we feel very honored and privileged, really, to be able to brew it. So yeah, we're pretty excited about that.
Nice. Now tell us about this style of beer that you brewed for Jeremie for this release that came out today. What style is this one?
So it is a Mexican lager, and the reason why JBO is a Mexican lager is because, according to Jeremie's family, he loved Corona. So as soon as I found that out, I looked at Mike and I said, "Hey, I guess we're brewing a Mexican lager."
So just for all the brew snobs out there, I can attest that this beer does not taste like a Corona. So I'm sure Jeremie would be extremely pleased with this beer. It drinks very, very nice. So well done on another beer. So what's the ABV come out on this one?
5.
5. Yeah. So it's a very crushable beer. So I may be here for a little bit. So anyway, but no, tell us about some of the other beers that you got planned that are in the planning stages as far as commemorative beers.
Yeah, we've got another beer that's coming up. We haven't really announced it yet. The details are still forthcoming. We've got an Imperial Vanilla Stout that we're working on.
And it goes hand in hand with the Black is Beautiful.
That's right.
Yeah. So
yep.
It's using Weathered Souls as base.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But we wanted to put a Longtab twist on it,
Absolutely.
so it will be in honor of another Green Beret.
Nice.
Thankfully, he hasn't fallen, so he's a Medal of Honor winner that is still very much alive and kicking.
And hopefully, if we can get through this COVID and get him down here, and that would be so awesome to actually do that. So, but it's always a great honor. For me as a beer consumer, like so many people out there. Drinking beer is one thing, but drinking beer with a purpose, with a meaning, with a story behind it. I know the first time I shared the Angry Charlie beer on my Instagram page, a lot of people gave a lot of feedback that how wonderful of an idea it was. So not only for myself, but from everyone that I've spoken to, kudos to you and Mike and the staff for doing this because. Again, there's a lot of beer out there. Yeah. I think people have fun naming their beers, but when you have a beer that actually is dedicated to someone who gave their life for us to be able to do this kind of stuff, that really, to me, as a patriot and as an American, I truly appreciate that. So,
thanks.
But again, Dave Holland, Longtab Brewery. If you're ever in San Antonio, you need to make this a stop. It's right out on Bandera, just on the other side, the inside loop of 410. Hopefully we get through this COVID and get down to San Antonio. And I'm really excited about the craft beer scene here in San Antonio, how it's really taken off, and hopefully everyone will survive while we get through this pandemic. So, David. Appreciate it. Thank you for hospitality. Thank you for always brewing some amazing beers. And like I said, this is like an impromptu little interview that I wanted to do specifically for this beer that came out today. Be looking for a more lengthy, more in-depth interview with not only David, but also Mike, the head brewer here. And once we get through this COVID, so JD, the Texas Beer Dude, signing off from the Longtab Brewery. David, again, thank you. And
thank you.
Man, let's keep brewing some good beer, man.
Yep.
Cheers.
Prost.
Cheers.